Hello everyone, this is Chris, and speedrunning is one of the most exciting and stressful things you could do inside of the game. Having to go to the Nether, get the blaze rods, the ender pearls, have a decent supply of gear and food, and then having to fight an ender dragon. Very stressful, but also very exciting. And the only real thing which has held so many people up is finding the absolute perfect type of speedrunning seed. But today I found what is possibly the best foundations for a speedrunning seed ever inside of Bedrock Edition, because today's seed, which is those batch of numbers right here, is a 7 Eye of Ender Stronghold. That sounds almost too good to be true, but I shall prove today's. I shall show you today's seed, which by the way, you spawn in right here, right where this one diamond block is, right next to this huge desert, next to a little river, and yeah, if you have been a little side note, if you've been keeping up with me for a while, you might remember that a little while ago I showed off a 7 eye seed. The only issue is that that one was 7,000 blocks away. The thing about this one is that it's right here, right at this one village that you spawn in, which is what, 50 or so blocks away, 50 to 100 blocks away, which is utterly insane how close you are to it. The only issue with this village, you might have noticed, it's an abandoned village, which means you don't get any iron golems, you don't get any villagers, you don't even get any hay bales around the place, but you do at least get a few, wheat patches, you do still get the opportunity to get yourself some wood for a speed run, and other types of things like that, like the stone, and iron, definitely going to be a problem, but there is other ways you could get it. But back onto the focus of the Stronghold, if you want to get yourself down there as quickly as possible, this Stronghold is actually relatively deep, so what I'd recommend you actually do is you dig yourself right where this one well is. You are gonna have to maybe destroy a fence too, but yeah, you dig yourself down here. I'm gonna drink a night vision potion because I cannot see a single thing. And yeah, on the way down, you will also get yourself a little bit of iron, which is good in case you want to at least try and speedrun this one seed. And yeah, you keep digging yourself down, and you will finally come right down into this one entrance room. And if you want to head yourself down here, and yeah, these can be usually mazes, especially when you just see them like this. But if you break yourself through a few walls like this, you'll find more types of the stronghold. And the way you want to head is this way. And also on your way, you will come across chests like these, which can hold ender pearls, which can hold bread, and which could hold other things such as iron, which is definitely a necessity if you want to at least attempt speedrunning it. But yeah, you keep heading your way down this way. You head down this one corridor right here. It's a little bit of the spiral one you see pretty often. And then you find yourself the end portal room. And this end portal room is probably one of the rarest I've seen in a while, or at least the rarest that I found, because it has 7, yes, 7 Eyes of Ender inside of the portal. And in case you don't know how these Eyes of Ender spawn, basically every single end portal frame has a 1 in 10 chance of spawning in an Eye of Ender. And then when you multiply that to 12, that means that this end portal right here has a 1 in a 10 million chance of spawning. Yes, this is a 1 in a 10 million seed. And if you dig yourselves up right back to the spawn, just to show you how close this one actually is to spawn. You see that diamond block right there? That is exactly where we spawn. And yeah, the end portal is literally right there. So I think out of all the seeds like Bedrock Edition has found, this one by far has the most Eyes of Ender so far that we have found very, very close to spawn. And even though this is extraordinarily rare to find something this close to spawn, something that really caught my eye with this one end portal room is the fact that obsidian just happened to spawn inside of here, like, and there's no source of water touching it, like there's nothing. If I break it, you see there's no water to touch it, and at a guess it's probably because the world generated in before the stronghold, which meant that this water generated in and broke the lava. But I don't know, just strange commodities like that in an otherwise extremely rare seed. And if you were to ask any speedrunner, this seed would probably so far look to be one of the greatest speedrunning seeds we've found. Obviously, it's not perfect. I mean, you still have to dig down pretty far, like the dead village and things, but yeah, you could work around things like that, but the thing that really tells us whether we have a good speedrunning seed is the condition of the Nether. If we're going to get a warp forest and a Nether fortress right where we spawn in, then we probably have so far the best speedrunning seed Bedrock Edition has seen so far. So hopefully the Nether delivers and we get exactly what we need. But when you load yourself into the Nether, you might notice that, wait a minute, we are encased inside of one of these nether caves. Like, this is exactly the direct opposite of where you'd actually want to spawn inside of a speedrunning seed. And if we dig ourselves up from this point right here, then we could see exactly what biome and what place we actually managed to spawn in. And unfortunately, we do have to dig up very far up, and yeah, yeah, we spawn inside of a basalt delta, the direct opposite type of biome you would want inside of a speedrunning seed, because in terms of speedrunning seeds, like, this biome is worthless. Like, it's just like a thing you just have to get past in case you're ever trying to speedrun, say, a random seed. But in terms of set seeds, this is a complete breaking of the seed. This just it doesn't make it work. It just doesn't make it work. But I'm sure if the fortress spawned in a relatively decent place, then I'm sure we can salvage this seed in some way. And ooh, it spawned this way for about, looks like, 400 to 500 blocks. And from the most part, it looks like most places and gaps to get that way is really, really blocked off. You'd have to dig out so many different places, and then you find, like, places that you weren't even supposed to dig in. And yeah, yeah, just basically the Nether is the big thing that makes this seed the biggest potential, which never managed to go anywhere. And that's what most speedrunning seeds I find look like, because functionally they look like they're a really good seed. You spawned right next to a stronghold, but then the Nether almost never cooperates the way you'd want it to cooperate. But make no mistake that despite the Nether not being quite as well as we'd want it to be, this is still a 1 in a 10 million seed with the closest end portal with the most amount of Eyes of Ender. And little thing about this, I've been pushing to try and find the absolute perfect speedrunning seed with as many Eyes of Ender inside the portal as I can, close to spawn, with the perfect Nether and with things like that. And yeah, this has one side of the puzzle. It just didn't cooperate with the other side. So in case you ever do happen to find any type of a stronghold seed very close to spawn with a lot of eyes and a good Nether with a warp forest, a Nether fortress, and other things like that, then please let me know, and I would definitely want to show it off. But yeah, in terms of this seed right now, it's good on one side and just didn't quite deliver on the other. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much all I have for you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.